Chances are, if you have been working, doing any type of work for at least 2 years, maybe 2 or 3 years, depending on your state, you qualify to become a college instructor, even if you do not have a college degree. And today, in this video, I'm going to prove it to you. I'm Moses Delaney, president of the National Institute for Higher Education Training. And the reason why we exist, many of you who know me know that I've been leading colleges since 2006. So now it's been about 20 years, right? But you also know that I started out in a manager and trainee program where it trained me as an admissions rep. I had to work in admissions for a month. I had to enroll students. I had to work in financial aid for 3 months. I had to help students package and help them fill out their FAFSA. I had to serve and work as a registrar, creating a course schedule, posting attendance, posting grades, running satisfactory academic progress. I had to work in career services. I had to shadow an instructor, a program chair, an academic dean, and I had to shadow a campus president, follow him around for about a good month. It was such an amazing opportunity for me. But you don't find that type of program out here today. And let's face it, you can't go to college and major in being a college registrar or being an instructor or being a career services representative. It doesn't exist. That training isn't out there. But it does now that the National Institute for Higher Education exists. But let's talk about what it means to be an instructor. I'm going to prove this to you. I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Okay, now you see our website. We are the National Institute for Higher Education Training. If you were to just scroll down, we help individuals launch and advance their career in higher education. You're going to get to this part right here. And you see there's over 71,000 jobs available according to Higher Ed Jobs. I submit to you that there's over 100,000 jobs available. How do I know that? Because I know as a paid consultant, I know some colleges, not all of them post their jobs on Higher Ed Jobs. Some of them post jobs on LinkedIn. Some of them post jobs on Indeed.com. When you add all of those in, I am sure there's over 100,000 vacant jobs in higher education. There is a gap. There's a skills gap. And so we exist to help solve that problem for colleges and universities by finding good people like yourself with skills who want the opportunity and with the heart to serve students and connect those two together so we can help close that gap. But when you're on our website and you scroll down right here, click on this link that says Higher Ed Jobs. Click on that. And there you go. Now you're on the site of Higher Ed Jobs. As you see down here, it's 71,000 jobs available. Let's look at the instructor or faculty jobs specifically. You see right here where it says by category, click on faculty. When you click on faculty, let's scroll down. Oh my gosh. I don't even have to even convince you. You can see for yourself. Whatever field you are in agriculture, there's over 1,300, almost 1,400 instructor or faculty jobs available out there. If you're in business, there's more than 3,000 jobs, specifically in accounting, business administration, business law, entrepreneurship. If you've been an entrepreneur for 2 or 3 years, some of these roles, they don't require a degree. But if you do have a degree, even better, right? Finance, hospitality, and tourism. Oh, let's continue. Communications, there's over 1,100 jobs out there. Education, over 2,000. Engineering, over 2,000. Fine arts, fine and applied arts, almost 3,000, right? Dance, come on now. Theater, health sciences, more than 5,000. Guys, you got to be kidding me. There are faculty jobs out there, technical and career, cosmetology, CDL. Like if you're a truck driver, there's over 71 faculty, like teaching positions out there for you. So at any rate, there's a ton of these roles out here. But let's flip over to Indeed.com. I want to show you some specifics. I'm going to switch over to Indeed.com, and here we are. I've already typed in instructor, but let's just scroll down, right? What if you don't have those technical skills? You might find a role. See, look at this. Wake Technical Community College, right, in North Carolina, adjunct instructor teaching career and professional development. Surely you can do that. Surely, without a problem. There are jobs out there. There's a math instructor. There's a vocational instructor in Hartsville, Tennessee. A vocational instructor on career exploration. I know most of you are surprised that all of these jobs are out there. These colleges, I know firsthand. I've had jobs where I felt like the job sat out there for 4 or 5, 6 weeks. I can't give this job away. I can't find people. It's tough for colleges to find good people who want to train students. This is the time to join higher education. Now, let me scroll back up. Let's say you are a nurse, or let's say a medical assistant instructor. Let's see. Search. Okay, here's a medical assistant instructor in Stone Mountain, Georgia. That Stone Mountain is probably about 20 minutes outside of Atlanta, right? That's about $50,000 a year, okay? If you're tired of being a medical assistant, like in the clinical setting, but you want to teach, maybe if you're not tired, but you want to give back, you've been doing it for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 20 years, and you want a different environment that's going to give back to you, when you pour into your students and you see them develop and become phenomenal medical assistants, and they're out there improving the quality of their life because of what you taught them, there's no greater feeling. I'm going to tell you that now. Here's a full-time nursing faculty and instructor, clinical only, at South College in Pennsylvania. Here's a lead medical assistant instructor in Pleasantville, New Jersey, starting at $58,000. Right? Here's a surgical technology instructor. It goes on and on and on. Let's try a different field. Let's try HVAC, right? Heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Let's see what that looks like. Here's another one. At the same school, they're also hiring for an HVAC instructor. And I know this, having had an HVAC program. Some of these HVAC instructor jobs, you might see this $28 to $32 per hour out here. And that's about 56 to 64, 65,000. That's about right for Stone Mountain, Georgia. But man, if you've been doing it for a while and you just want to give back, or you want to climb the ranks, here's an HVAC and facility maintenance instructor paying $75,000 to $80,000 a year. Guys, these jobs are out here. But let's try something else. Let's try dental. Let's try dental assistant. Let's say you're a dental assistant, okay? Here's one at Zollege. Never heard of that before, but Zollege in Jacksonville, North Carolina, paying $52,000 to $56,000. Well, it's part-time, but if you want a part-time job, there you go. If you're a dental assistant, here's a dental hygiene instructor. If you're a dental hygienist and you've been doing it for some time, you got a $2,500 sign-on bonus. And on top of that, they're going to pay you a minimum of $82,000 on a full-time scale. And this is a full-time job, $82,000 up to over, $105,000 or so. The jobs are out here. But here's the thing. When you apply for these jobs and then they interview you, if you don't understand, if you don't have the insight or have the framework of what it means to be an instructor, it's tough. It can be tough. It can be very tough. But instead, if you were to take our instructor course, there's no doubt in my mind, because we poured everything into that instructor course. Now you should walk into that interview and be able to communicate. Here's what I understand the role of an instructor to be. These are the things that I will focus on. Matter of fact, let's just hop over there real quick. Part of the course, okay, we are on our site, Go to the top, click on training courses. Click right there, training courses. And the first one that you're going to see is an instructor course. You see some of those jobs paying $80,000, $60,000, right? You need to be comfortable investing in yourself, $299 to help you better communicate your value in an instructor interview. Here it is. This training course covers the essential duties and responsibilities of an instructor and much more. And it does. The written lessons and video explanations in this course are provided by an experienced campus president, which would be me, who has hired, trained, and supervised instructors. And I have. Be sure to schedule your one-on-one Q&A session via Zoom after you have completed the course. Now, we designed this course to make sure that even if by any stretch chance that you feel like, oh, I feel like I need to know more about this. Well, just in case that happens, your course as of right now comes with a 30-minute Zoom session one-on-one. Now, we can use that time for you and I for me to mock interview you or for you to have a list of questions for clarification or whatever. And at the end of the day, my goal is to see you prepare well and go and interview well in hopes that you will get that instructor opportunity. All I ask is that you let us know when you get that opportunity. But on top of that, when you complete your course, in the last section, there's a resume blurb. That resume blurb, you should copy and paste it on your resume, because when you apply and you have done the work practically, like being out there working as a medical assistant, as a nurse, as whatever skills you have already, when you have done the work and that's on your resume, but they also see the bullet points that we put in that resume blurb, I'd be surprised if you don't get the call. On top of that, you might say, yeah, but what do if they ask me certain questions in the interview? We got that covered. We got that covered. Because the same questions that I would ask you in an interview, in your course, in the last section, all you have to do is download and print the interview questions and response guide. There's about 5, 6, 7 questions or so there that you're likely going to be asked. And I want you to be able to answer those questions, to respond effectively. You're going to have that. All you have to do is print it off, get a friend or a companion, and let them drill you. Let them ask you the questions. And we put the responses right there. Practice those responses. Make them your own, right? But dive into the course, all right? Now, as we wrap this up, I want to show you something else. You go to our store, okay? Now, because you can prepare. You can have the hands-on skill or the work experience. You can also take the course and now you are prepared. But if your resume is not good, you risk the chance of not getting the call. I typically spend, 4 to 15 seconds on a resume. If I don't see the key things there, then I'm on to the next resume. Your resume needs to be eye-catching. Do not risk, potentially a $50,000 to $80,000 faculty job or 6-figure faculty job. Do not risk that over a $49 resume review, right? If you just want us to review your resume and make notes on it, fix this, fix that, recommend X, Y, Z, that's our resume review and markup. That's only $49. If you're of the mindset of, no, I want to make sure that my resume is complete. Can you guys help me just totally revamp my resume for academia? Totally revamp it. We can do that. All right. That's going to cost you only $248. Okay. Not the $350 or $499 that I see out there as well. But nonetheless, all right. Now you can bypass the entire course and you can say, you know what? I don't want to do that. I want you to train me one-on-one. I don't recommend that, but it's available if you want it. Because the same thing that I would give you one-on-one is exactly the same thing that I put in the course. And the course has videos just like this in the same room, in the same exact room. I'm giving you video lessons, okay? And there's text, okay? But if you want to just connect one-on-one, I can do that. For an instructor, it would probably take 4 to 5 hours, which will run you about $1,000. I recommend just paying the $299 for the course. You get the 30-minute Zoom anyway. And if you feel like you need more, then just order 1 hour and see if that fits your need. Okay? At the end of the day, I want to see you spend as least as possible to make sure that you are prepared. Now, once you finish all of that, I recommend you downloading the college directory, because there may be a school in your backyard. You just never knew that they were there. You probably have driven past a building not knowing there's a college in that building, and they're looking for an instructor with your skill set. I'm telling you, it happens. It happens. But nonetheless, if you need, I want to stop sharing. All right. So now you know that there are, right, thousands of jobs out there. Depending on whatever background you have, there's likely an instructor or a faculty position out there waiting on you. Higher education has a skills gap, and that gap is large. So connect with us if you need any help or any support. If not, I look forward to seeing you at the end of your course when you schedule your one-on-one. I hope this video was very helpful. Take care.